Hello, everybody. Welcome to my new Sunday market breakdown. I will go over first of my only one trade of last week of my trade recap. So I will do it together with my SMB. So the first trade I took was EuroCAD last week. So what we saw on the weekly was we are bullish on the weekly because we have here this low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So we're making higher highs and higher lows. And what we saw was we had this very impulsive move to the upside, very impulsive corrective nature counter to the trend, descending channel, and then we have that impulse again. So we are in an impulsive market. We are trading with the trend. We broke the weekly highs here already. So very nice to see. So I went till the daily then. And what I saw on the daily was on the daily, we had a very big impulsive move to the upside, and we came very aggressively back to the downside because we had this IC sitting here on the daily, and there was no clear zone to hold the price back up. So this is just a flat wall, so we can go back down very fast because of that IC here. So I was also counting that we were bullish because we had here this low, high, then we have here this higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So we are bullish on the daily. So yeah, that's why I took here a trade on a EuroCAD on that IC. And what we saw on that IC was that we had there a very impulsive move coming back to the daily IC, and then we stopped for one moment and we made here this first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg bullish M. I was a little bit too late to enter, but then I saw this natural M, same high, so we expect same lows. So I put a limit on that 4-hour zone bullish M again, and then we went to the upside. So that's why I took it again. So now we are trading around 1.7%. I will target a 2% for my 4-hour TP, and then the daily reverse point for around 3.2%. There I will take a lot of partials out the daily highs. So yeah, that's what I can see on EuroCAD for a moment. Running positive. Okay, so we start now with my SMB, the DXY. If I go to the monthly chart, the monthly is still bullish. We have here our low, high. We came very impulsively to the upside, and now we went back very aggressively because this was also a flat wall. So we have that IC holding the price back up. So that's why the price is stopping here at this IC low. So if I went to the weekly chart, what I can see on the weekly is that we are still bearish. And yeah, we came very aggressively back to the upside, and then we stopped for one moment here. So we have that impulse, then we have some deceleration here. So the price has some difficult to go over this weekly zone. And now we can see on the weekly, we're making here this high, low, then we have here this lower high, lower low, because this week came back till this low, so this is one same low. So this is the high, this is the lower low, and now we are making here that lower high potentially for possible more downside momentum. So this is a possibility. We are still bearish on the weekly. We have this weekly bearish indicational candle close. Very nice to see. We have that kind of deceleration already sitting here. The price came correctively back from the weekly, not that impulsive. So we stopped there. So then I went to the daily. And on the daily, what I saw was we can have this shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2. We didn't reach that part. And yeah, now we can make here a possible bearish W possibility, or we can have here the same low, so we expect the same highs. So this can happen too for potential more downside momentum. So I expect the DXY to go to the downside. So I will go to my first pair this week, GBPUSD, because of we expect the DXY go to the downside. I will go here to the weekly chart of GBPUSD. So on GBPUSD, we were coming here very correctively. We were having some difficulty to break this wick of that weekly lows, as you can see. So this is a potential fake out of that natural M. We have the same highs, so we expect the same lows, as you can see. So the price is now going to the upside with that weekly bullish candle close, and we are still bullish on the weekly because we had here this low. This is our new high because we broke here this previous lower higher. So we had our high here, and we have what I will say, it's like this: high, low, lower high, lower low. We broke it. We have our new high, same lows. We have a natural M, so we can potentially go back to the upside. So yeah. So we have that weekly bullish candle close, so we can look for more potential upside. So I went to the daily, and what I saw on the daily was we had that potential shoulder one here sitting, head shoulder two, but we didn't came back. We had that impulsive move to the upside, and now we have that pattern that we are now making. So we can make that same highs here. So we expect same lows. So I expect the price to come back till the daily lows for that natural M for potential more upside momentum. So that's what I can see. If I go on the weekly, still the same. We came from a weekly buying zone here, as you can see. Buyers kicking in from here, this point. Buyers, buyers, buyers. And if you look back, no, there's not yet nothing to see. So we are in a very nice buying zone. We came from a very nice buying zone, so we expect more upside momentum. So then the second one, GBPCAD, if I go to the weekly, what we can see on the weekly was we had that very big impulsive move. Then we have some corrective nature, counter to the trend, descending channel, fake out. And then we broke out of it. We are already at the beginning of correction of that weekly. So this is a thing we need to take in count. But we are at the weekly beginning of correction of that fake out flag. And yeah, we are still bullish, so we can go more to the upside. So if I go to the daily, what you can see on the daily is we can make here that possible natural M, same highs, same lows. We came from a very impulsive move, so we expect that this bullish momentum can go more to the upside. We are sitting at the beginning of correction, so that's why we had here some stop and some bearish momentum kicking in. So this can also happen here too. But yeah, we are still bullish on daily. We have this low, high, higher low, higher high. So that's why we have this bigger bullish M to play out with that natural M here. Pattern within a pattern. So then CADJPY. If I go to the weekly, what we can see on the weekly is we are going down very aggressively to the downside because we are still bearish on the weekly. We have here this high, we have this low, lower high, lower low. These are the same lows because we came till the same lows here. So this is the same low. So we have that bearish W here. We went till the weekly highs here. Very nice. And then we had some very big selling zone. Selling orders kicking in. So now we are very aggressively going to the downside. So I went to the daily, and what I saw on the daily was we went very aggressively to the downside. Then the price having some difficulties here. And what we now doing is, if I go to the line chart, we are making this natural W because We have here the same lows, so we expect the same highs. We want to see a pullback till this daily region, and then we can go back to the downside. So that's what I want to see on CADJPY. Then NZDCAD. If I go to the weekly, what we could see on the weekly is a very big impulsive move, corrective nature, counter to the trend, possible fake out like this from that zone. And yeah, we have here that weekly multiple bullish candles with that very impulsive one. So we are still bullish on the weekly. We can trade with the driver. We need to take in account this weekly high here because of that small bearish W that can sit against us. But we have that weekly bullish candle, so we can look for a daily. And if I look like this here, why we went to the upside from that point, I will see we have here a very big supply and demand. So if I look further back, this was clear support, resistance, resistance, resistance back then, resistance, support. Then here some support, false breaks here, support, support, resistance, support. So it's a very big supply and demand zone with a very nice liquidity that can be taken off, and that's why we saw it also here. So we expect some more bullish momentum from that zone. So very nice. Then I went to the daily. What I saw on the daily was, we are bullish on the daily. We have that impulsive move, so we expect some corrective nature, some relief after that because the sprinter got tired after an impulsive move. We expect the sprinter to go some slower, coming back to the downside, and then we can go to the upside. So what we also see is we have this low here, we have this high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So we are making this bullish M. So we have this first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg. We can come back to the downside to touch this first point of structure here, my first daily zone of interest. If you look on the line chart, this is my first structure that I encounter. So I expect a pullback till this zone, and from there I want to see a pattern or a decel in that white daily box. You can throw also your fib from here, this first leg, then to that second leg here. So we have that ascending trend line holding the price up. So yeah, then I'm until the 4 hour, and the 4 hour, yeah, we are just going very impulsively. So we need to have some stop here, some decel, and then some corrective nature. It's a possibility to then take the trade to the upside. That's what I can see. So then AUDCAD on the weekly chart. What you can see on the weekly chart is we are making here, we came very aggressively to the upside, making here this bullish M, and then we changed from driver because this was our last low, this was our high. We broke it, so we are making here this new low, high, lower low, lower high. Then we can go potentially to the downside. So that's what I can see. We are trading now at these weekly highs, at this weekly bearish W potentially for more potential downside momentum. We are at these weekly highs. We have just a weekly bullish candle close, but the weekly is sitting very nice. If I take my horizontal line here, can we see some very big pushes to the downside? We just see some clear support here sitting, support, false break. Here's some support, weak support, resistance. Yeah, here's not the clearest one, but now we can have some resistance and support also. Here also back in 2007, resistance, clear resistance, some support. So it's a clear supply and demand zone that I can see. So like this. So we have that weekly bullish candle close. We can still look for that bearish W to take a short because the trend is bearish. So I went to the daily, and on the daily we are also bearish because we had here this high, we have this low, we have this lower high, lower low. So everything between this high and low is just a correction for potential more downside momentum. So what you can see from that was a bearish impulsive move and then some corrective nature counter the trend with a potential daily fib completion from the low here to the high. Minus 27 daily fib completion. I think it's already one. If you take the round number to the downside, 0.9200. No, it's not right like this. 0.92100. Sorry, daily fib completion. So it already got tapped, as you can see. So we are at these daily highs from that bearish W. So I want to see some diesel forming there. So what we can see is we already have that 1 week already. So I want to see a second week, a bearish candle close, and the third week going back, and then we can put our limit here on the diesel box like this, and then we can trade here this possible short to the downside till the daily TP round number. It will be 0.50 like this. And yeah, for around 7% will be enough. 7%, 28 pips. So this can be a potential trade upcoming. Then the last trade I'm looking at AUDJPY. If I go to the weekly, what you can see on the weekly is we had our impulse, corrective nature, counter to the trend here, impulse again. So we have impulse, corrective nature here, impulse again. So we expect some more downside momentum after that corrective nature because we are still bearish on that weekly chart because we have this bigger bearish W, we have this high, low, high, lower low. So this can be potential our lower high here for potential more downside momentum. So we have that bigger bearish W that can play out, which already in play that fifth leg. So we have that weekly very impulsive move to the downside already, so we can look more for more downside momentum. And what I saw was we have the same lows here, so we expect same highs because the trend is still bearish. We have this high, we have this low, and then we have this high, lower low, lower high, lower low. This is just if I delete the same low, so we expect the same highs here. So the natural W of for AUDJPY that I expect. So this is my potential trading week. I'm also looking at CHFJPY potentially on the weekly because we can potentially have this. We had this impulsive move to the upside here, and then we had here some bullish M. We broke it very impulsively, very impulsive bearish move to the downside. If I can look, and I will put my wick here, my horizontal line, nothing to see, nothing back I can see. If I go to the monthly, no previous structure touch or monthly highs. If I go to the 3 months chart, you can see we have here already some potential diesel on the monthly. So that's why maybe we went back to the downside. After that very impulsive move to the upside, we can expect some relief correction against the trend. So if I go back to the weekly, you can see the monthly zone got tapped and we went to the downside, and we can potentially make the shoulder 1 here, head shoulder 2, impulsive bearish candle that we have. So we expect more downside momentum or some pullback. So we expect some pullback for then the potential downside leg. So if I go to the daily, what you can see on the daily, we have this high, we have this low, and we expect here this natural W, same lows, same highs. So I expect here some pattern to play out maybe, and then we can go to the downside. So that's what I can see for this week. Yeah. So I hope you have a nice trading week, everybody, and see you next week. Bye.